Hi guys, Roger Peterson here. Welcome back to the Husband Academy and welcome back to the lab videos. The last lab video talked about owning your stuff, the first step in healing your heart. The second step is to find a friend. And the reason you need to find a friend is because you need to find a friend to tell what you just owned. That pattern, not necessarily the specific instances of every time you sinned, but that pattern of sin, your anger issues, your overreaction, your fear issues, your withdrawal issues. It's really important that you find a friend to talk to about your pattern. And here's why. What we fear the most about our sin, whether it's our individual sin or our patterns of sin, what we fear most is for someone to hear that stuff and then to deem us as unacceptable. We fear someone telling us we are unacceptable because of what we're like, either in our individual sin or in our patterns of sin. The reason why we need to find a friend to talk to about our pattern of sin is because in reality, while the sin is unacceptable to God, you as a person are acceptable. God proved it, and we as people are to live that out. And the reality of it is every man can understand probably most other men's sin. And it's important that you look into a man's eyes, and don't get weird with that, but you sit down with the man, you talk to him about your stuff, your dysfunctions, your patterns of sin, and to see in his eyes that he accepts you, and to maybe hear his words say, I accept you. You are my friend still. I'm not going to push you away because you have patterns of sin, that you have some deep crap. It's important that we feel accepted, because if we're going to change that, if we're going to change our dysfunction, if we're going to change our patterns of sin, we are only going to be able to do that from a position of feeling accepted as we are. Jesus proved that, right? While we were yet sinners, he died for us. He accepted us right where we were and then moved forward. And you can only move forward when you understand that you are acceptable where you are. Okay? Your sin's not acceptable, but you as a person, you're acceptable. The same thing with raising kids. It's the same exact thing. We need to teach our kids that what they have done is wrong, but they are acceptable even with their sin right where they are. It's one of the tricks to raising kids is to figure out how to do that. Well, now figure out how to do it with yourself, with another man's help. Someone to sit beside you, listen to your story and say, I understand. I'm still here as your friend. If we're going to move forward, we have to find that acceptance. And we can only find that with a friend that we've shared our stuff with. All right? Hope that brings some clarity. Hope that motivates you to own your stuff and go find a friend.